Hey everybody, it's tequila time. We're going to try something new. And I mean new because it ain't tequila. It's mezcal. Recently was on I guess it was a Facebook chat with CJ Agave and the owner of La Leyenda. See if I can get it off the glare. Nope, that's not going to work. We'll just zoom in on this. La Leyenda. Oh, wrong light. So anyway, it's called the Legend. They all come in dark bottles. It is a mezcal made with blue Weber agave. It is cooked. It is fermented, macerated, distilled in exactly the same way all our favorite tequilas are, with a roller mill, slow cooking in a horno. I don't know whether or not they do wood tank fermentation or stainless steel, but it's open air fermentation, and they use copper pot stills to distill. It's a little bit different because the terroir is different. The age of the tequila of the blue Weber agave is different. So it's a little different overall than a typical. Now, if you see on my shelf, I'm going to use the right hand. Over here, La Luna. It's a mezcal. It's made in Michoacan. This is made in, oh, come on, I knew it. It was, I had it in my head, and it's gone. Trying to think if it pops up here. It doesn't. It's just north of Jalisco. I'm not going to look it up on the phone. Begins with a Z, and I'll think of it later, maybe. Anyway, I've tasted all three with CJ on a... Stopped by his house to talk to him about some stuff and pick some tequila up that was left for me. And he had all the big 750 bottles. He arranged for some of us to be able to get in and purchase some of this. So I purchased in the small bottles, either 200 milliliter bottles of the sample pack. Something for me to try, because at that point I had bought it and this was on its way before I had gone to CJ's house to actually try it. So we're gonna pour a little on the glass, and we're gonna give it a try. This is crystal clear. It's got fingerprints all over it, but it is crystal clear. Yeah, crystal clear. There's nothing floating, nothing off-putting about it. Because of the terroir and whatever the conditions are around the distillery is what's going to determine what's going to be in this glass. And I'm getting, oh wow, I'm getting the cooked agave. I'm getting a little bit of an alcohol note, but like I said, this has not been open. I haven't allowed it to really air out. But nice aromas in here. I'm getting a fruit that I can't put my finger on. Not citrus, something else. Put some cooked agave. Get a little mineral water. Nothing unpleasant. Let's give her a taste. Wow. Loads of cooked agave. Like I said, there's a fruit note that's just very faint in the background. Little black pepper, maybe a little anise, but overall nice, light, crisp. It's more complex than my tongue can handle. I'll put it that way. CJ loves this stuff. For a mezcal tequila, this is really good. It's not smoky at all. It's not cooked that way. It's not in the earth in a pit. No, it's not that kind of mezcal. It's it's really good. I mean, it's very pleasant to the nose. Get kind of a grassy note right now. What I'm smelling. Wow. Yeah. Again, cooked agave. A little bit of grassy, a little bit, lots of mineral. There's like mineral, probably from the water. But I'm not getting anything. Nothing off-putting. That's really, really good. So, I'll take a little sip of water. We'll clean the palate a little bit. And we'll move on to the Reposado. Now, this definitely has not been opened. I've done a little smelling on these. I haven't tasted any of it. These little perfume bottles. Ooh. There's a little more in this. Wow. I'm getting a fruit note, and a very upfront fruit note in the aroma. Wow. Wish I could put my finger on that. It smells really good. But I cannot. Cannot put my finger on it. Let's see if the taste helps out. Cooked agave. Very nice to the smooth going down. A little pepper in there, a little heat from the. This is all at 80 proof. That's delicious. There's a fruit note on the aroma. I cannot put my finger on. I don't know if this is in. We're gonna stick it and see what's on the agave. Don't think that's any of. Sorry, folks. I need my glasses. This print is too small. Oh. Zacatecas, Mexico. That's where this is made. So we'll go straight to the source and go to their website. Let's see if I can get, because I can't get anything from Tequila Matchmaker. I don't need these anymore. It's going to take a little while to load it, so. They said that fruit note, I just cannot put my finger on it. I would say it's a mango, but I don't think it's a mango. So La Leyenda was the winner of double gold medal in the San Francisco Wine and Spirits blind taste competition as a mezcal. So they actually used a proprietary yeast, 4-generation old living yeast, that they used to do theirs. And we're still looking up. Sorry, I wish I'd done this ahead of time. Okay. On the Blanco. It's not the Reposado. So let's go to the Reposado because that's the one that we're. So on the taste, the ginseng medium body, vanilla, dried fruit, light grilled chestnut. I can get some of that. The aroma is caramel, woody, cinnamon, black pepper, earthy. They use Canadian white oak barrels instead of American. So again, nice color. I think I got you color. That's the Reposado. We're gonna leave the phone alone. and finish on with this. I was in tasting this with CJ. Blanco was good, nice and crisp. Reposado was nice, light on the aging. Very delicious agave spirit. I'm going to use the right words. But it wasn't until we got to the Anejo. So, salud. It wasn't until we got to the Anejo to taste it that I kind of got a little blown out of the water on flavors. I'm not going to use the notes from the manufacturer because this is a completely different animal. You're going to tell it's medium when I show you the color. So this is extremely, to me, dark. Even for an Anejo. I mean, the 3030 that we did earlier has a nice color to it, but this, it's definitely different. And it's probably the Canadian oak. How it's charred, see in the glass, that's a very dark, rich color. And on the nose, it is something else. I'm getting the smokiness of the wood of the oak, but loads of cooked agave on the nose. This sitting in the barrel for that much longer has really, really awakened the agave spirit. Let's give her a taste. Wow. That's ever evolving. That is a very complex añejo. I'm getting cooked agave up front with the barrel right in behind it with the oak. But there's cinnamon more prevalent than in anything else I've tasted this evening. But it's, when I tasted it with CJ, there was just something else. And it could just be the difference in batches. But it was a little, to me, at that point in time, I'm not going to say gritty. Not in the physical, but in the flavor profile. It almost like it had, but it had like a coffee note to it. I don't see it in the smaller bottle, but doesn't mean it's not there. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Or there's like a little bit of a burnt, maybe it's a burnt sugar. That I'm smelling and maybe tasting on my palate that I was associating with coffee. There's that little burnt note. It's not off-putting. It's actually very delicious. Okay. Wow. Now we get to the bad part. This is all great agave spirit. If you want to call it tequila, you can call it tequila. It is a mezcal, but it's tequila. For all intents and purposes, it's tequila. To the bad part. It's so small batch. It's more expensive than Fortaleza. Yeah. One of the reasons I bought the sample pack is it was within what I felt I could afford and be able to taste all three. He does his marketing and he does his sales a little different than anybody else. You can buy it directly from him through his North American distributor. But if you want to get it at a decent price, you need to join the club. And the club prices are a little pricey. But it brings the price of the tequila down. I'm not going to go into the action. Well, I will one. So the Blanco at membership price is $100. That's still way above what Fortaleza is. It's way above anybody else on a Blanco tequila. But again, it's small batch. It's smaller batch than Fortaleza. So this is like buying it from Moonshiner across the street who only makes so much every day. It's delicious. It is well worth what I spent for this 3-bottle set. Am I going to pursue it anymore? It would have to be a special occasion, and I still probably only buy the Blanco. Even though, in my opinion, the Anejo is the favorite of the three. It's just more complex. It has all the good qualities of the Blanco. It has all the good qualities of the Reposado. But the longer in the barrel gives it a little more of that barrel influence. And it's just a very, very complex Anejo. So, would I recommend it? If you have the means to join the member, get a membership and buy it, yes. If you are more like me and skating on the edge of financial ruin, no. If you're happy with what you're drinking, that you can buy it at your local liquor store or at the big box store. No, this is not for you. It is, like I said, it is very complex. It's very delicious. It is a alternative to mezcal that is a mezcal that's not a mezcal. But it's not going to be for everybody. I mean, it's not. And price-wise, and it's like I said, it's not overproofed. It's all at 80 proof. So I mean, it's good. But I'm not going to recommend it. And please understand, it's all because of price point. It's all because of price point. If it wasn't quite so expensive, even at membership price, I would probably be more for it. Still not saying that I'm never going to buy another bottle or not buy another 3-bottle set. I probably would do that over buying a single bottle. But man, I cringe at when I'm buying the hard to find Cascaween bottles, or even buying, my regular Plata 48 and my Tahona Blanco in Cascaween. Those prices just absolutely drive me up the wall. I don't understand why they have to be that much more expensive. They make them all the time. They're readily brought in, but because of the demand for them, they're getting way higher prices. I've seen prices for those 2 bottles in different liquor stores in different parts of the country that do not compare to what I pay for them in Missouri and Kansas. So that comes down to distributors and retailers on why those prices are so high. I mean, a bottle of Cascaween Tahona is $100, plus or minus $10. I don't say much less than that, but usually it's over. The last time I looked at it, it was $109 at Total Wine, and then the Plata 48, which is way higher proof, though not Tahona, is under $100. Not by much. I think it was $98 or $89, somewhere in there. Both delicious Blanco tequilas, but it's not a daily sipper for me because of the price. A daily sipper for me, if I had a daily sipper, would probably be Ocho, Lost Lore, and probably Siempre. Is it what I want? No, what I want is to be able to drink Fortaleza every day, but I can't do that because of the price and availability. Yes, I have bottles up there. Am I going to say they're for special occasions? That's kind of the deal. I have 2 of each. Actually, I have 3 Anejos. That's only because I purchased one from an individual here in the area. He was thinning out the herd. And it was a price I was willing to pay. It wasn't that much more, really, over what MSRP is. in the U.S. And that's one of the hardest bottles to find of Fortaleza. So, back to the subject at hand. La Leyenda Mezcal, great stuff. If you have the means, check them out on the internet. I'll give you another little quick of the wherever it went. It's in here somewhere. There it is. So this, I'm going to show it this way. So this is the sample pack that I got. So, join the Legends Club, receive a tasting experience, a kit for you, and another legend in your life. And and that's in buying a regular subscription. You also get access ahead of time for the añejos, which they do extremely small batch of. And there's the Blanco. Check them out. And if it's something that you want to get into, by all means do. And it's delicious stuff. I'm not going to go any further than that. It's just delicious. So, wow. We'll see you soon. I have nothing else, folks. Like I said, I'll be working on some other content. It's getting busy at work. So moving on. Like I said, we'll see you here in the Funny Papers sooner than later. Like I said, I'll come up with something. I'm not hunting any new bottles. Good or bad, it's just I have a bottle that goes empty. I'll replace it. The only thing that I am truly looking for, and I'm not sure how this was decided, but Fortaleza has a Lot 200. It's basically a special edition for their 200th batch lot of Blanco tequila. They only distilled it to 80 proof, so there's no water added. They did the fermentation with fibers. Those that have been with tasting Fortaleza from the beginning, compare it to some of the very early batches of Guillermo's Blanco. So, we're talking a lot like lots 5, and until they started going up in proof and then watering it back down. So I'm kind of looking for that bottle. If it comes to the Kansas, Missouri area, I'll be looking to try to acquire that bottle just for the nostalgia of it. But if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. Don't buy overpriced secondary tequila. If you don't buy it, then nobody else will. And if nobody else buys it, the price comes down. I mean, if I were to do stuff like that, I would probably be selling it for a small margin over what the retail price was. Just for me muling it. And then whatever the cost of shipping was. So, it wouldn't go up that much. And I'm not into doing that. That's not what I want to do. I pick up extra bottles for friends, and I charge them exactly what I get charged. So, that's the little amount that I do. And that's friend to friend. Not over the internet. Not anything else like that. So, I'm still having a real problem with doing this when I'm talking to you on the camera. So, I'm still working on it. Can't get the camera any lower. And I want to see my face. So, we're probably going to try a few different camera angles. If you did notice, I have a few additions to the decor in this room. I have my little, I'm going to move the camera just ever so slightly to get them all in. I brought a few things back from the lake that I decided I wanted to have here. And I have my Tequila Way street sign, which I like. And my little Chihuahua dog back here in the back. That's what I do. I drink tequila and I know things. And if you ask some friends of mine, I know way too many things about tequila. Sorry. I do. And I enjoy it. And then our little Day of the Dead man down here. Original Mexican tequila served here. By God, yes. So, drink good tequila, and the tequila will be good to you. We'll see you soon. Salud. Adios.